Traveling whilst having Crohn's disease can be quite challenging, whether it's on your regular commute to work, maybe you've had a last minute trip come up, or whether it's just a special occasion or a holiday. There can be certain challenges that go along with that, but don't worry, I'm going to share my tips with you now to help you through it. My name is Spuda and I've been living with Crohn's disease for over 20 years. Okay, step 1, plan ahead. No matter what kind of trip it is, make sure that you understand the route that you're taking and particularly what toilet facilities are available, healthcare facilities, both along the way and at your destination as well. This will help sort of put your mind at ease so that if something happens, a flare up, whether it be sort of digestive distress of any kind, suddenly you might need to use a toilet facility, or certainly something like indigestion, sort of any of those symptoms, you've got everything sort of ready because you've got the route planned. Also, if you are going out for meals, have a think about sort of what cuisine that you're going to be eating. If you know that you're going to a restaurant that probably contains food that is probably going to trigger you in some way, either have the medication ready for that or choose more bland foods that you know don't upset you. If you do want more specific details about a diet with Crohn's, I do have a video on things to avoid when you're going through flare-ups, or generally things to avoid flare-ups in the first place. That will be on the channel as well. Okay, right, step 2, packing the essentials. Okay, so this may seem a bit obvious, but all the same, it's all the more important that you have all your medications with you to help manage any symptoms for Crohn's. In particular, Buscopan is a good shout because that helps with sort of the cramps that you might get in your intestines, kind of a similar thing to IBS. I always have that with me. Other good mentions are toilet paper, as it might seem silly to say, but otherwise some toilet facilities aren't always up to scratch, so you might want to have sort of disinfectant wipes, toilet paper, as well as obviously there are other medications. It might be something like lansoprazole to help with sort of acid reflux and things like that. Buscopan, like I said, is a good shout for me, and of course any Imodium and things like that as well. So hopefully you won't have a flare up, but if you do, you've got all everything prepared and ready. Again, that will put you at ease. There's nothing worse than going on a journey and not feeling you're prepared for it, or that you have a particular bad day with the flare-ups going on, but you still need to make the journey. I can certainly understand that sort of fear and at times even embarrassment that you might feel in terms of sort of going to the toilet regularly. It's something that still today's society that we all feel embarrassed about, and I get that. So again, packing the essentials will put you at ease there. Just to give a specific example, train rides, big one. Toilets are rarely up to scratch there, so if you're going on a train ride in the UK in particular, it's best that you're prepared for that as well. Another thing to shout out would be pain relief as well. Other than sort of having the digestive distress, if it's painful, making sure that you've got suitable pain relief with you so that you can better withstand the journey. If you are in a journey that involves multiple changes from, say, buses to trains to planes, that sort of transition in itself will cause some apprehension. So again, it's just essential we do think about these things. Okay, step 3, stay hydrated and stay calm. Easier said than done, right? But again, if you're following steps 1 and 2, hopefully you're feeling a bit calmer, but stress in itself might be something that might trigger sort of symptoms from Crohn's, particularly if you're suffering from fatigue. It can be a sort of a knock-on effect, so keeping sort of your water intake up and keeping as calm as possible. Unexpected things will happen in journeys, depending on how long it is and what is involved with it. So just be ready for that. Just accept that that's what might happen. It's easier said than done, as I've said, but over the time, the more experience you get with dealing with this and also traveling at the same time with it, the easier it'll become. Step 5, listen to your body. So if you're having a particular bad day with Crohn's and you're having to travel, and you're going with friends, family, it's a really hyper event. Maybe it's some sort of wedding or stag do for a friend. In those particular kind of situations, you might feel the pressure to sort of keep up, but if your body is not letting you do so, and you're pushing yourself and making the symptoms worse along the journey, it's not really a good idea for yourself, because it's offered in a fool's errand. Your body will sort of stop you from doing certain things if it's having a bad day with the flare-up. I can understand the pressure of wanting to be at your best for other people on journeys and not be the one that has to say, look, let's stop this journey, I need to go sort of do some self-care briefly and then we can get back on the road. But ultimately it's what you need to do, and if you've got the right friends and family around you, they'll understand that. So all in all, just plan ahead and be ready for what might happen, and it doesn't go to plan. But hopefully with your planning ahead in terms of your medical condition and your unexpected delays with trains, planes, cars, whatever it may be, will be a lot more manageable, because you don't need the stress of a journey and also the stress of Crohn's piling on top of you at the same time. So it's just something to be careful of. If you have any other tips that I haven't covered in this video, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, let me know about a particular difficult journey if you feel comfortable sharing. Just leave some comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you